Well, I guess we should open it up again. We should start.
Well, let's open it up again.
We had to restart. We had to restart.
We need to know. We don't need to look behind the curtain and wonder why there's only one camera and what's going on.
Well, I'll start the show, then we'll
start the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 29 of Preparing to Podcast, coming to you live from Studio Chuck, which has new shiny branding.
Yeah, signage.
Joining me, as always, the affable and technologically crippled.
I don't know if that's the right word. It's
challenged.
It's not like we have a complicated system set up.
I don't know what any of these wires do.
But anyway, and his name is Ted Morris. All right.
Ted Morris.
All right. So anyway, yeah, we had to restart the show.
We had to restart the show, and we are redoing.
We're going back like 3 steps in our technology leaps forward.
It's not good.
Right? We're on single camera instead of our 3 camera because we had an audio issue that we're unable to fix with our
These aren't even plugged into anything. This is just for show because I look so cool, right?
No, mine are plugged in and they're useful because otherwise I wouldn't be wearing them because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm already a little bit sweaty.
No.
And I'm wearing corduroy, a ball cap.
Yeah.
I've got a beard.
Yes.
And we had to turn the air conditioner off for sound.
Oh.
So if anything, you're really going to watch. You're going to want to watch the whole episode on YouTube just to see if Chuck actually turns into a puddle or catches fire. Because I think those are the 2 directions we're heading.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. It's hard to set a puddle on fire, though. So if you're wet, it's going to be a damp smolder.
Well, those are the two extremes, right? Mm-hmm. It's either like I find both like politically, I find both extremes kind of ridiculous, and in the world, the extremes are ridiculous.
All right. Well, maybe just don't move your arms too much, and the corduroy.
No, I have to move my arms to get any kind of flow. I have to move my arms, and I'm also now worried because it's corduroy that if I move my arms too much, we're gonna have another sound issue.
Yeah.
These
are the sacrifices we make for our art.
I wore it because it's one of the few shirts I own that isn't a black shirt. Right. That's really the only reason I wore it, but. It's not really, corduroy is wonderful. It's not really a summertime fabric.
No, it's definitely not a podcasting fabric.
No, not when you got to turn the air conditioner on for sound.
No, unacceptable.
I wish we could, although I have done shows in like proper studios and you still have to turn the air conditioner off for sound in a proper studio.
Bullshit.
And it's one of those things where you turn off the air conditioning and then you try to get it as fast. You try to get that scene filmed as fast as you can. It's the best for the producer. It's a bit of a trade-off because they're probably paying for the air conditioning, but I imagine the air conditioning is still cheaper than the entire cast and crew because the cast and crew will zoom through a script in a hot room.
Absolutely.
But if that room is cool and comfortable, it is chocolate almonds and let's take our time. It's Teamster style shooting. I won't move that box because someone is here whose job it is specifically to move that box.
Yeah, union rules.
Yeah. I got gently scolded for moving a plate in front of me.
Oh.
I was an actor, and there's a table in front of me, and there's a plate, and the director's framing up the shot, and he goes, "I need the plate to move like a 1/4 inch, camera right." And so I tap the plate, thinking he must be talking to the person who's closest to the plate, because that makes the most sense.
You're merely an actor. You're useless.
But that was the thing is the guy came in from like behind the camera, and he just looked at me right in the eye, and he was like, "No, I got it." And
I have to justify why I'm here.
And I was just like, I'm just trying to help. And he understood that I was like a young kid who didn't know any better. So he was like, yeah, no problem. And then like during a break later on, my guess is the first AD was the person who came up to me. I don't know I didn't know at the time what his job title was, but he came up to me and he went, yeah, just so you know, he's got 2 kids in college and he's in charge of props. So let's not get him fired by you tapping the dish over a quarter inch, because that might be the only thing he has to do today.
I think it's a big day.
Well, I guess not. He had to initially put the plate down. He had to put the stuff on the plate. Yep. He had to make sure everything was coordinated the right way. And
I wish he could have done it right the first time.
Well, the food items were, they probably moved the camera. He probably did do it the first time. And that, or I, big fat idiot, sat down in a chair and like I didn't put my ass in the right place. So now the plate isn't centered on the actor. So
there was a Chuck quake.
It happens.
Stuff happens.
It happens. There's a reason why Chuck don't own wicker furniture.
Yeah. Because you're not an old lady?
Well, because I don't want to live my life in a constant state of, is today the day I break my chair?
I mean, I have some big people in my life, and there's certainly chairs I steer them away from when they come over to my home. Perhaps you'd like to sit in this
that was
chair.
In my original stand-up comedy act, which I would say like my first 15 minutes. That was one of the jokes I had is...
fat guy sitting in a chair?
Pretty much. It was, I'm not a big fan of wicker, like especially those wicker hanging chairs, like whenever I see wicker in somebody's house, I just make a beeline for it to see if they'll stop me. They'll use it as jump in front of me and be like, "Whoa, hey, what you thinking there, fella?"
I know, you also have to blame the chair rather than all the poor life choices of whoever's sitting in that chair.
Well, I just think it's a bad idea to have a chair hanging from your ceiling. And there isn't a situation where that isn't going to be a problem at some point.
The best time for that was the 70s. I love those chairs, but I was also a child, a lithe, tiny little light child in the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're 6, no problem. But you know what I mean? If you're 6 years old, yeah, you should have hanging furniture. You should have slides in your room. You should have all sorts of stuff.
Technically, right now, I have hanging furniture, and it can take a fair bit of weight.
Yeah, but is that a sex swing that you've bolted into the frame of the...
No, we drilled it into the ceiling.
You drilled it down in a concrete ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it all cemented in there proper. I don't want you hurting your neck or nothing.
It hasn't fallen out in years. We went down to the tool library. We told the little lesbian there, we're like, we need to...
Lesbian?
What's going on?
The tool library?
Yeah.
You can check out
rent tools. Yeah.
Oh, you rented tools.
Yeah, so you go down, and I think it was like $10, and we got to... And it's literally around the corner from us.
But they call it a library.
Yeah, they call it the tool library.
Oh, okay. Because most people, when they rent tools, they go to like Home Depot and they rent tools at the tool store.
We go to independent, fun little places.
No, I just find the lesbian tool library.
You can also build stuff there. You can pay to get a membership that just lets you borrow stuff, or you can pay to have a membership that lets you go in and like use all their equipment.
Like use their woodworking shop or whatever. Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's like a little pay-as-you-go hobbyist type deal for downtown folks that don't have square footage.
Yep. Yeah, some libraries, some actual like book libraries will have other things you can borrow from them. But yeah, the tool library right around the corner. When we had to cut the chains, we just popped over like, we need to chop some sexy chains.
I had a friend who used to go and rent, or not rent, but just get documentaries, films from the Vancouver Public Library. Back when everybody was, lining up at Blockbuster and Rogers and all of that stuff.
Fools.
Well, he went to the library in Vancouver and ended up watching every single thing that Film Canada. What was it? Was it Film Canada?
National Film Board?
National Film Board of Canada. But all of those logging movies and
the logging cartoon?
And Did the Cat Come Back? And all of that stuff for I guess
big snit
50s, 60s, and 70s, back when the government was spending money on, I don't know, things other than Alberta separation.
The Big Snit, you got to check it out. So good. People playing Scrabble, having a fight, and the world ends outside.
And that's
good.
I think the problem with today's world is we don't, people have no memory because there isn't media coverage of the 50s and 60s and what was actually going on. What the government, we lived in a socialist paradise in North America for the most part for a very, very short period of time. Yeah. Right? It was basically every single footage you see of a marching band, those kids didn't have to buy those instruments. The school owned all those instruments. You know what I mean?
I'm not buying a giant useless drum. I'm not buying a tuba.
I had
Come
to.
from tuba money.
I had to buy it.
Sousaphone?
My parents had to buy my instrument. Well, they didn't because they had to buy an instrument for my brother. My brother chose trombone. Ta-da! Exactly.
I chose French horn, and we rented it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't rent it. We had to buy it.
it.
It was all a big, it's big brass, right?
Big brass scam.
Big brass.
All I know is that my hand used to smell real weird after band
The
practice.
70s was all about big tobacco, big brass,
Mm.
and little oil. Little oil. Oh,
Oil.
little oil.
Just little wee oils.
Yeah. So there's, speaking of which,
What, are we recreating episode 29? Is that what's happening? Word for word? I thought that would be a fun exercise.
what did, did you? I don't know. To be honest with you,
Lost it.
I can't even remember what we were talking about.
I
know. Probably Iran War probably came up.
Yeah.
Because that's
was it on or was it off at that point? Was it done or was it?
It's one of those things where like
It's ended so many times.
The last 5 months feels like it's been 5 months, but to my understanding, it's only been 4 to 6 weeks. Even though it's actually 5 months have ticked off on the calendar. And now they're at the point where, like, Donald Trump is at the point where I think he's just tired of talking about it. He wants to move on to other things, and he's hoping it'll all just go away. Meanwhile, Iran is like, oh, no. Then he briefly said he was going to charge a 20% toll.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to charge a toll. We're like, well, that's not your...
And that was like 2 weeks after. There will be no tolls. And so Iran's like, hey, we'll charge a toll, but you know what? How about 10% instead of 20?
We'll get you a deal.
It's undercutting.
That's the art of the deal.
Yeah. So how about death to America? How about just have better prices?
Yeah.
Better prices.
Just give me a bargain.
Yeah.
That's all I'm interested in.
We've lowered our extortion so you can afford to fill up your car with gas. I did notice that since they gave up on fixing the war, the price of gas has started to steadily tick up again.
Yes.
It's like it matters. It's weird. It's weird. It's like as if like a war in probably the most strategic place in the world for the entire oil business matters to day-to-day people.
Only 20% of the world's oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz. Only 1/5.
Only 1/5.
Only 1/5.
And in the great thing about Western thinking is we're already richer than 4/5 of the world. So being in the 1/5, like 1/5 doesn't seem like a real number to us. 20%. So like that's my thinking is I don't think I'm going to run into a situation where I have to, I might have to line up for gas if somebody lowers the price of it. I don't think I'm going to have to line up for gas because they're rationing it here.
No, probably not.
I do think that in Indonesia, there's going to be a lot less scooter traffic all of a sudden because
those scooters
won't be gas.
Oh, man. That's just like lawnmower engine gas, though.
Still gas. Gas is gas.
It's fine.
I'm not using premium gas. I remember when the difference between regular and premium was like 2 cents, and now it's like the 1% versus the 90% wealth gap. It's like
premium. I don't get the premium.
Some cars tell you that you have to be putting premium gas in your car.
Idiots.
Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to, but you're probably going to want to change your fuel filter a lot more often if you don't.
There's a fuel filter?
Oh, there's a filter for everything.
Hang on.
What do you know about your car? Gas goes in the hole.
Yeah, gas goes in the hole. Ted goes in the seat. And, yeah.
Radio goes la, la, la.
Radio goes la, la, la.
And there you have it.
There you have it.
All right. So to recap, Iran still at war.
Still at war, or maybe not.
And I will say the memes are still coming strong from Iran. I think Iran is not only are they winning the war, like
in our hearts
strategically. Well, I don't know about I spent my entire life kind of rooting against the Ayatollah just as a thing. Right. You know what I mean? As you grew up as a kid in the 70s, Ayatollah bad. That was just kind of all right. Ayatollah bad.
Right. You just in a Doonesbury comic. So
Jesus good, Ayatollah bad. Those are some basic messages from my childhood. Communism bad. Right? That was another big message of my childhood. Communism bad, and don't touch it. That was a Catholic school. That was a big Catholic.
All right. It's like, are we doing?
I don't care how hard. I don't care how painful it is, how hard it is. Don't touch it.
Still no hair on these palms, nuns.
No.
Still no hair.
Rest assured, I touched it. I touched the hell out of it.
It almost fell off.
At one point, I was kind of hoping it would, so I would stop touching it, but I wouldn't have. I would have picked it right up again. Started
Just
touching
dusted it off.
I dusted it off. Probably would have learned how to juggle. Yeah, probably would have learned how to juggle. So, we just had today,
Yes.
this week, the next few days, it should be cleared up by the time the episode airs.
Let's hope.
But we've got a city full of smoke here in Toronto,
We've got a city full of smoke.
which is a great way to find out that last week Thunder Bay almost burned out.
Apparently a whole town disappeared, and there's been some alarming footage of trains driving to hell.
I just love how blissfully unaware we are of the rest of the country for the most part. When hey, where's all this smoke come from? Dude, Thunder Bay's been on fire for 3 weeks.
I mean, I did when I got up this morning and went out with my pooch. I was like, oh, wow. The wood-fired bagel place around the corner needs to calm the fuck down.
I
There's
just
an
thought
awful lot of smoke in here.
I looked out the window
Then
and
I thought we were in Mexico. Then I thought maybe we were in the 1800s and everything was sepia.
it just
It was
seemed
very exciting.
Initially I just thought weird fog. That was my first that was my initial when I first woke up and looked out the window. Hey, there's a weird fog.
App is like, oh, there's an orange warning, and then I looked at it. I was like, yeah, it does look orange. Yeah, all right, that was aptly named.
Do you check the weather app?
Yeah, it's often wrong.
The only time I ever check the weather app is for driving conditions.
I just want to know if I need to bring an umbrella with me for the dog's walk. That's all I need to know.
That's smart.
Do I need an umbrella or not? And oftentimes it lies.
You don't have a window?
I do have a window, but sometimes I look out the window and I'm like,
you're not sure.
Looks all right. It's gonna be fine.
Toronto's a tricky city for that.
It's very true. The squalls. This has been the season of squalls.
It's one of the things that is both bittersweet for me because I don't like intense rain, which you can get in Toronto. Yeah. Very intense, like, hey, turn your shower down, dude. It's like you got one of them illegal shower heads coming on.
Do not need this much pressure.
Yeah, it's just aggressive.
Yeah.
But
buy me a drink.
The great thing about the aggressive rain is like in 15 minutes it's done.
It'll be gone. Tropical.
Yeah, it's just
Toronto
gone.
Rain.
Whereas I grew up in Vancouver where the clouds kind of roll in.
They just sit on you.
Yeah, they roll in April and
we're gonna make it damp. You want to be damp for your entire life? How about dampness? Do you like?
But
damp?
There's an upside to that in that like you can walk 4 or 5 blocks while it's technically raining, and you never really get wet. You just get damp. Whereas in Toronto, if you step outside in the rain, you may as well have fallen in the pool.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, it isn't.
It's good.
Bring
on the rain. Downtown is smelling like pee.
I don't like that level of wet
rain.
when I'm in clothes.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, so the other big news is one senator is dead.
Yeah, and the
other senator is probably.
But just generating a bunch of fun memes.
And if he's not probably dead, or if he's not actually dead, he's certainly mostly dead.
There's a possible Weekend at Bernie's thing going on, which I am here for.
Well,
and I'm really enjoying all the AI videos of him like getting out of the bed, dancing around.
Yeah, the AI videos are very entertaining.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting about the photo is, I watch a fair amount of U.S. news, and I keep track of politics. And Mitch McConnell's been around since, I don't know, forever.
Since dirt was invented.
Just one of those guys. But he's also one of those, like, American politicians where, like, they're filming the commercial. They have to put him in the boat. They put a fishing pole in his hand, and he's like, now what? And it's like, put the line in the water. Like he's not a human being in the way that most people are human beings. But he probably knows a whole lot more about how government works than I'll ever know. But anywho, that picture of him in the hospital is the best picture of him that's been taken in, I don't know, 15 years. He has not looked that good in 15 years. That's what's wrong with that photograph.
Yes. He doesn't look as much like a turtle as he normally does.
I've visited and seen people who have been in the hospital for a month, and they never look better.
No, well, you don't get any color in your face. You're not getting any sun. You're eating delicious hospital food.
And you're in your 80s, and some guy probably cracked all of your ribs giving you 2 pumps of CPR.
Oh.
Right? Like, I don't imagine Mitch can take the full hit when the paramedic shows up all jacked.
Yeah, and at that point, like, if you have to do CPR on an 80-year-old, I was like, just don't. Just
I mean,
they're
everybody.
not coming back as themselves. Just I've had this talk with my parents. I'm like, they're like, "Well, do you know CPR?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not giving you any. You don't get any of my CPR.
Well, I don't know. It
If you're
depends.
in your 80s and you need CPR, you are not coming all the way back. You might come back, but
It de-
not all of you is coming back."
well, it depends how long you've been lying there before the CPR
Yeah.
begins. That's the big one, right? Like if you don't go and find a body and then start performing CPR on it.
People do. You don't know what I do in my off time. You
No,
don't know what I'm doing.
you
I'm
perform
not.
CPR if you saw the person go down and then you
Yeah.
realize that they don't have a
Yeah,
heart rate.
CPR mostly works on TV. In real life, sorry.
Well, it's
That's
just
just
because
big. That's just big
it's such a
studio.
small window
Yeah.
between your heart stopping and that kind of really starting to affect your
Yeah.
life.
It's just big chest compressions trying to get into your pockets again.
It's just trying to force, blood into. Well, it's trying to keep your brain alive,
Yeah, it's
isn't
trying
it?
to get like the least as a little bit of oxygen up to your brain so that your brain stays alive enough. But again,
So what's surprising to me is they
yeah,
never.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
They should also.
Don't do CPR on me.
And
I have DNR tattooed across my chest.
really
Yeah, I
across
also have
across the scar from your
across
heart
the
surgery.
scar. I mean, I'm like, yeah, don't bring me.
Mhm.
Yeah, my heart was stopped once. I have no interest in it restarting again.
Oh, I guess they had to like stop your heart and put you on like some sort of machine.
Yeah, they cool you right down. Apparently, I was blue.
That's not good.
Well, no, that's what happens. You're blue because they warned people. Except the giant didn't have this conversation because he wasn't allowed into the hospital because it was COVID. But they have to warn people.
I
Like,
know because you're homosexuals and it's against God's plan.
yeah, because I was like, can we do the surgery through my anus? And they were like, no, sir. We're gonna like, okay.
But it would feel better.
But it would I just feel like it would be easier.
Somehow, I just think it would work for me.
I just feel like I mean, if I'm gonna be under, I mean, as well. So have a good time.
I'm gonna be under.
Well, they just have to warn your loved ones, and like when they go see you in recovery, it's like don't be alarmed if they look like they're dead because technically
So before
they were for a while.
so before the anesthesiologist could give you
Anesthesiologist.
anesthesiologist give you your dose, just let me just do a couple poppers real quick.
Let me just. I did a couple of lines. Let me just have a little bump.
Little bump.
Yeah.
Little bump before sleep.
Before sleep.
Before sleep. And so Mitch McConnell may or may not be. My assumption is that he doesn't have better days ahead.
No.
Because I can't even, I don't even know how many instances there are where he walked up to a press gaggle and then
just fell over.
We didn't fall. If he fell over, that would have been better. He just stood there like he was waiting for the download. Yeah,
I'm
like
just buffering.
I think that's where Mike Myers might have got that about Elon Musk impression, because it was like somebody was like, he just, all right, like let me know when to start.
No.
But it wasn't even like it wasn't like he was stumbling for words. He just was not there.
Yeah.
And sad as it is.
You want to do CPR on that? No.
Well, you do if, I mean, I guess.
You do. You make it look good, but you don't really put a lot of pressure on it. I'm certainly not putting my lips on
they
those
give,
lips.
I mean, they gave Lindsey Graham's Senate seat to his sister because she's qualified, right?
At first, I was like, this is dumb. This is the dumbest thing. And then I looked into it and I was like, oh, this is a thing that has happened like
it happens all the time.
45 times in the States.
Usually
a widow.
Yeah, it's usually a widow.
Widow's succession. I was like, oh,
okay, why are we? And there are a lot of widows who have gone on to, like in Congress, who have gone on to Debbie Dingell.
That's not a real name.
Is John Dingell? Yeah, she's a congresswoman from I believe Michigan.
I think you're thinking of a cartoon character.
But her husband held that seat for like 1,000 years, and now she's been holding it. I don't even know how long.
It's all so dumb. It's so dumb. I would say though,
for a country that hates kings, they sure like just letting the same people run the show forever.
And they're like small government. And I'm like, you have the most government of any Western country.
Well, they don't
so much government. We want small government. And then
they don't understand that aircraft carriers are government. Mm-hmm. Aircraft carriers government, and so is a school is government. And they're like, all right, we're all in on the aircraft carriers. The schools, how about everybody figure their own shit out?
I would have preferred it if Lindsey Graham had died during Pride Month, because then I think we could have all celebrated properly. but he was selfish and held on till July.
So,
Whoa.
so what's the verdict? Was Lindsey Graham gay?
Yeah, but that's not the worst thing about him. The
Or but
worst thing about him
well, I would say
is
the worst thing
everything
about him.
else about him.
Well, yeah, but you know, like he was certainly I think safe to say a bit of a Southern dandy.
He was a
And
dandy.
that if he wasn't a homosexual, there were many instances where his accent and mannerisms would lead you to believe he was a homosexual.
Yes, the mannerism would be having someone's balls resting on your chin. That is the mannerism. Did you see him when he was at Disneyland?
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
Gayest man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
You're-
trust
you're
sex workers and
Princess Bubble Wand. Yeah.
a bunch of sex workers are like, yeah, no, Lindsey Graham.
I've seen so far one sex worker who initially came out anonymously telling the story, and then once the story was published, decided,
oh, that's my story. Yeah,
you can.
I need to make some money. That was me.
Well, that's the thing now is that's where I think it could get interesting, like with Trump and with a lot of these guys, is once the guy drops dead, does the NDA still apply? Because a lot of people apparently that's why that sex worker is coming forward, is like, I'm not scared of him getting me killed or suing me anymore. So
what is his sister going to sue me?
Well, probably.
Yeah, it's I will say sex workers at that level tend to have better ethics than American senators at that level, because they're like, no, you know, we're not gonna. I'm either going to remain anonymous, so you can't put two and two together, or I'm just not going to talk about who my clients are. But I learned about the ladybugs, his moles, gross, and I can't get that out of my head.
Okay, so this
was a story from years ago.
Covered from in Skin Tags.
Yeah,
but
a sex worker from years ago was like, yeah, I've got fuck. When people, you know, because everyone loves to out Lindsey Graham because he's garbage and it's kind of fair game. But he's like, yeah, he had these all these skin tags, and he's like, oh, those, I call them my ladybugs, and that sounds like a plausible thing that Lindsey Graham would say.
It's a believable story.
Get into like the straight zeitgeist. This is a very well known.
I've only just now recently heard the. I didn't know that it was his phrase. I just heard
ladybugs.
All right,
creep.
You've now ruined ladybugs for me. I used to really like ladybugs.
Did you?
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah.
I got a house full. I got a house full of roaches, man. Ladybugs are a step up.
Gay bugs.
They're gay bugs.
There now.
You have a problem with
Thank the Lindsay.
You have a problem with the gays or the the bugs?
I have a huge problem with the gays. All right, let's open this up.
Yeah, we should nuke those gay whales. I'll tell you that.
Oh, the worst sperm whales. You know why they got that name?
I don't. I assume because they wanted nobody to murder them.
That would be full of sperm whales.
Yeah. So this story keeps popping up, which I find kind of interesting, and I don't know if you've heard about it. Is you know, there's now that Alberta's on kind of this referendum kick.
Yes,
they've got the you know, we want our own country referendum, and which the government bent over backwards to make happen for them.
Yeah, let's spend some money.
Well, there's a bunch of people in the I guess it's the United Conservative Party of Alberta, which is like, it's like 4 piles of conservatives all rolling around in each other's oil money, and so they bent over backwards because, you know, these people are kind of friendly to the conservatives. And to be honest, the conservatives are kind of owned outright by the oil lobby. So the oil lobby wants Alberta to be its own country because then it won't be able to fend for itself. And fuck you, Albertans. But the people that are cheering for it are just like, hey, they're going to give me my own land.
Yeah.
Like, no, they aren't. They're just going to take away all your rights and freedoms and steal your oil. But there's another referendum that these people have been trying to get going, and it's essentially to ban coal mining.
Okay.
And so they've gone.
Coal mining do we have in Canada?
They've gone out and gotten their signatures, and it was and all of that. But like at the same time that they've been following all the same steps that these Alberta separatist people have had, the government's like been bending over backwards to fuck them over and not let them do it.
Like, is coal mining still a big deal?
It's a big deal because there's this.
I mean, you can make stuff out of coal.
Australian lady who, speaking of widows, she's the widow of this big giant coal dude, and now she is the CEO of the coal company, and they are trying to get into the I guess it's the eastern slope of the Rockies or somewhere. It's somewhere in Alberta where they want to go dig up coal because who doesn't like, there's money to be made digging coal.
Black gold, solid
And
black gold.
and now that most of it's mechanized, you don't have to worry about a bunch of coal miners who, die.
And let's be honest, they never worried about them anyways.
No, but with the
Other
media,
than be like, oh, we need more coal miners now.
they don't want the frowns on the TikTok and whatnot.
Like,
Yeah, sad face emoji.
sad face. Maybe we can
Black
send
lung.
some children down to dig them out.
Yeah, that's what they do. Every time those people get lost in a tunnel in like in Thailand or whatever.
Someone smaller.
Here's a plan. If it's raining, don't go in the fucking tunnel, dum-dum. Hey?
Maybe there's something good in the tunnel.
Yeah. Like carbon dioxide and water levels that'll kill you. Yeah.
Something called a squeeze.
But anyway, I just think it's kind of funny that, like it's a genuine grassroots movement referendum. 70% of the population in Alberta does not want new coal mining because the fuck do we need coal mining for? We got oil and we got fucking sun shining. They got plenty of energy. They don't need coal.
Yeah.
And 70% of the people support it, which is like the exact opposite number of the best number on the separatist side is 30%. So it just seems like which one should really be voted on? But the government's like, nah. So what was the other one? Oh, yeah, the fire footage. Have you seen any? Have you seen? Yeah, the train surrounded by fire.
Train, and then there's one. I don't know what lake they're on, but it's a boat, and there's just it looked like a cloud bank, but it's like, oh no, that's just smoke.
Oh yeah, they're surrounded by fire on the lake. I guess that's a good place to be, in the middle of the lake. I mean, not for an extended period of time.
I mean, if you've got fishing lines, sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, lake water, you can drink that.
You can drink that. You get a little diarrhea. That's fun.
Stuck in the middle of the ocean.
Yes. You're just going to get some parasites. You're not going to immediately die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at some point the fire will burn itself out.
Let's hope.
Well,
we'll see.
They all burn out eventually.
We'll see.
Yeah. But that is, that's one of my only rules because I've seen so much of that. I've seen, I guess it was.
You have forest fire rules?
There's Fort Mac had a big fire. Slave Lake had a giant fire. There's Paradise, California. There's all these towns that just, like you see the footage on the news of people driving and like, the entire highway on either side is just pillars of flame.
Tires are melting.
And that is my policy is I will never live anywhere where there's only one way out of town.
Fair. Because I mean, you could say I never want to live anywhere where there's going to be a fire.
No, because that
would feel safer.
Yeah, but that cuts out like 98% of the places. You'd have to live in the middle of a lake.
You'd have to live underwater.
Yeah, you'd have to live out in the middle of the lake.
Now there's a volcano.
To be honest with you, floating house in the middle of a lake sounds pretty ideal for me.
Pretty bad, and you can just poop in the lake.
Cuts down on your guest traffic. There's a lot of. Have you ever pooped in the lake? Like you ever like pooped in the water?
Yeah.
Been in the water and pooped?
Yep.
It's very liberating.
It is very liberating, and then you're like, oh, I don't know how to get away from this.
Yeah, that's the trick.
I thought it would.
You need current.
Yeah, I thought it would just kind of float away from me, but all of a sudden it was like chasing me, and it turned into a thing.
Current or waves, right? So
there's like a fish that wants to eat this.
Freak, and then Ocean Beach, two great places to have a poop. But yes, Still Lake is a little creepy because it's. But that's the thing is, as you swim away from it, it attempts to follow you.
It chases you.
It attempts to follow you. It's disturbing.
I learned a lot about.
And swimming in a lake is always kind of disturbing because your foot always brushes like a little bit of weed or something, and and they're just the slimiest thing you'll ever touch.
Swimming in a lake at night, never.
But you don't want a slimy thing to touch your foot after you just dropped a log in the lake, right?
I don't know whose slime that is.
Right, exactly. It's really disturbing.
That's why now I just poop in my hand and then I throw it in the lake.
Yeah.
I stand on the shore.
Okay, so I
figured it out.
This is an interesting. This is one of those stories that I kind of think is from the left, or it's from the progressive side of our thinking.
Okay,
and the Assembly of First Nations came out with this statement, and an organization that deserves to be listened to because they certainly haven't been listened to historically, and I think they've done a very good job of getting listened to over time. It wasn't an easy task to get everybody to actually give a shit.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to give a shit. I don't think everybody does give a shit, but they want to make it like a criminal offense for people to deny that residential schools, I don't know, existed or happened. You know what I mean? All of the terrible, but they want to make it a crime, and I just think that's such a, it's kind of a standard bad progressive way of dealing with things, in that I want to criminalize Holocaust denial
It is a
as
weird thing.
as opposed to I want to make Holocaust education mandatory.
Yeah,
That seems like a way better solution.
because the idiots that are going to be like, well, the Holocaust didn't happen. It's like, okay, but like, is finding them or putting them in jail really
But I also think
doing anything?
by arguing against people like that, you legitimize them.
Well, it's like flat earthers. It's why am I debating you about
when,
something
when,
so stupid?
When somebody says the earth is flat, I'm like, okay, great. Now I can dismiss anything you're ever going to say for the rest of your life.
Never need to listen to you again.
Yeah, you're not. I wouldn't believe you if you told me that the building was on fire. Like I can dismiss everything that you're ever going to say now because you said something that is.
You were a dumb person. It's dumb thing.
I think that flat Earth thing came out of.
I think it started as a joke, and then some dumb people took it and ran with it.
I think it's also there's a significant part of our population that just wants to disagree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We saw it during COVID. There's
just counterpoint.
Always going to be people who are like, no.
Yeah, it's just counterpoint.
The sky is blue. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not blue.
And I think all they're looking for is
they just need hugs.
Yeah, they need the energy of the person trying to convince them otherwise. Yeah. And I used to fall into that trap. I try to convince somebody otherwise when they said something ridiculous. And now it's just a happy goodbye.
The most powerful tool is
I'm going to move on to someone better.
When you realize you can just let someone be wrong about something.
It is pretty powerful.
And especially if they have like a wrong impression of you. And they're like, well, I think this about you. And you're like, okay, well, you can think that. And just, you're allowed to have the completely wrong impression. You're allowed to be wrong about stuff. And I don't have to care about it.
And the ability to not take things personally is very difficult. Like
how dare you?
I think everybody struggles with that a bit. Like I had a guy like early on doing stand-up, I had a guy like really heckle me with a whole bunch of what would have been personal insults, like about my mother and about myself. And he did a couple about my appearance, but generally it was like he was yelling out facts that he couldn't know about me. You know what I mean? Like it was just, and
lactose intolerant.
As it was happening, it clearly demonstrated this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't know me. This isn't personal in any way. This is like this is how he has to deal with the world.
Yeah.
Right? This is him trying to deal with the world around him. It has very little to do with me. I could just as easily be
it's not my problem.
I could be somebody who sold him a hot dog, right? And he'd be getting the same like, well, the fucking mustard and relish and
how did you screw up this man's hot dog and make him so angry with you?
Well, all he wanted
was on the floor.
Apparently, all he wanted was ketchup.
Oh.
And so anyway,
fair.
That like freed me from heckling. So early, like it all bounces off me. None of it is capable of throwing me off my game. It's capable of throwing me off my game if someone is not listening and being rude, like if someone's talking.
Yeah.
But if someone's directing something at me, it's all just return a serve. Like they're just lobbing me a ball so that I can hammer it right back in their face. Yeah. It's impossible to insult me from the darkness and have it stick.
I did one of my worst shows. I at one point was trying to get them to organize their heckles because I'm like, can we have something new? Because the entire audience was against me. And I'm like, I'm doing my time. I have 30 minutes of time, so I'm going to do my entire 30 minutes, even though you hate me. I'm going to do it. And I'm like, no, we've already
21:30, 21:31.
We've already heard that one. We've already heard that. It's like, I'm like, be creative, come up with new stuff. Like, you can't just keep calling me a fag. Like, it's getting boring.
Where was this show that they're just yelling fag at you?
This is a Brock University.
Oh, okay.
A sports banquet? It was me and Arthur Simeon, and Arthur went up first and had a wonderful time, and then I went up second.
Oh yeah,
They
that was a
immediately
bad
thought I was racist.
that was a bad play.
I said, "Keep it going for the dark comedy of Arthur Simeon," and then I couldn't dig myself out of the hole
Yeah,
because he's such an affable man. But they just thought I was being racist.
it's the accent with Arthur.
Yeah.
He to me he's from Uganda, so it's just a Ugandan
Just
accent.
a nice.
But he's also a
We
very
should have flipped.
He's
He
a very-
should have closed.
he's a very big. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would have worked out much better. But he's also a fairly big dude,
Yeah.
and he's a particularly black dude.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean that like he's a black dude. I mean like line up 12 black dudes from lightest to darkest. He's 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Right? He's a dark dude.
Very non-reflective.
Yeah. And so
Absorbs a lot of light.
well, and the only other example that I have of someone from Uganda in my Rolodex
Is Idi Amin.
was Idi Amin.
Not
And
as
Idi
dark.
Amin sounds and looks a lot like Arthur Simeon. And so when I first met him, I was very intimidated by him because he was like this giant, tall black dude who sounded like Idi Amin, who did nothing but murder people all day long.
Oh, I just felt like I was home. I
And
was like,
Arthur's just like, he's like the opposite of Idi Amin. He's like the most friendly, wonderful person in the world.
I mean, he's murdered a lot of people as well.
Well, I
To be
assume,
fair, let's
I
not
assume,
downplay Arthur's
I
achievements.
assume that's what gives him his chill,
Right?
right? Because he's been able to unload all of his animosity
Get it all out.
through his constant murder sprees, right? I don't think that's slander technically.
I don't think
If it's
so.
true.
If it's true,
If
not.
it's
Yeah,
true.
no. This is a comedy podcast for the
comedy
record.
And I said
These
if
are all allegedly.
if it's true. I didn't say it was true. I just assume that it is, and if it is,
It's
then I was
probably
right.
True.
Right? When you assume, you make an allegation that your friend is a murderer.
Yep.
Right? That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Okay, so I just read this story today. I imagine it's been in the books, but they're saying that they're going to announce it soon. But Canada
Yes.
is going to be investing
Yes.
in the 6th generation fighter jets.
Oh yeah, we're making fighter jets.
We're making fighter jets.
Fun.
Now we've been involved in different fighter jet deals before, right? There's the famous Avro
The Avro
jet,
Arrow.
the Avro Arrow, the Canadian jet that was better than everything around it, but we didn't have the dollar bills to put one together.
Didn't we build like one? Isn't there one in like a
There's
museum
it's
somewhere?
like sitting on a stick outside of a hotel in
Like,
Belleville,
oh, that's it. Oh,
and
I've done that gig.
Yeah. And so we've got a lot of jets like that in Canada that are all sitting on sticks outside of a Best Western.
Perfect.
And oh yeah, they're pointed at the sky where they'd rather be.
It's very
rather than
inspiring.
and to be honest with you, I'd rather be in the sky than at a Best Western too. So you can't really blame the airplane.
Yeah.
But and then we were also involved in the F-35, the American overpriced novelty plane.
We
that
want your dirty American plane.
the F-35 was like the perfect example of how the military industrial complex operates, when like every single state in the union builds a part of this plane.
Here you
And so
go.
you get all the senators and all the Congress people on board, and you know what I mean? It's all, and then different countries have to pledge to buy a certain number of planes, and that legitimizes the amount of money you're wasting on this plane. So everybody gets to waste this entirely huge amount of money. So anyway, we're doing it again. New generation.
Amazing.
We are not doing it with the Americans,
No,
I don't believe,
boo.
but it is part of an international crew. And as I was reading the list, the first country I saw on the list was the United Kingdom, which okay,
Makes sense.
UK, they make good products. Rolls-Royce, right? A lot of jet engines. They make a lot of jet engines.
Bentley airplane. looks
Land
like-
Rovers, Jaguar, beautiful, totally unreliable, right? So maybe we don't have them make the starters. But then I got to the second name on the list, Japan,
Okay.
also
We won't fit in them. They'll be small.
very reassuring,
Mhm.
but very reassuring. Like all the electronics are going to be good,
Yes.
right? It's going to have
Everything's a touchscreen.
clean lines. All the mathematics is going to work out, the proper numbers and everything. And then the third country I read, Italy. And be honest, yeah,
Maybe they'll just do the upholstery. Maybe
That
they'll
was-
just do the seats.
that was my thought.
You can do it.
If they were in charge of cockpit design, I'd be okay with Italy. But other than that, from the people who brought you Fiat,
Yeah, but didn't they bring you Ferrari as well?
have you seen the electric Ferrari?
No.
Well, you don't want to.
No.
You don't want to. It's everything about a Ferrari if you remove everything about a Ferrari.
What about like a Vespa vibe on these planes? You like a little Vespa?
Not on a sixth generation stealth fighter jet. I don't want I don't want small engine. That's not what I'm
You don't
looking
want like a
for.
full start
No,
jet?
not my stealth fighter
No.
jets. I mean, the irony of this thing is the only people that actually we'd ever be able to use this against is probably America,
Oh yeah.
right? Because the Chinese, despite people trying to pretend that China wants to take over the world,
No, they already
they've
did. They did it with manufacturing.
yeah,
They
well,
did it by making everything. They're in charge now.
yeah, but that's the thing is they
They don't need to bomb anyone. We're giving them enough money as it is.
well,
China's got a lot of power.
I think America has still has kind of that underlying conquering spirit,
Yes.
and
Imperial spirit.
yeah, because they rolled across the continent and they got to the ocean. They're like, "What do you mean that's it?" Right? So they headed south for a while, and now they kind of go here, there, and everywhere. doing their
Bases
thing.
everywhere. How about we put bases?
Yeah, it's kind of a Where's Waldo of the U.S. Army all over the place. But China is like, like I wouldn't want to be Taiwan.
No.
I wouldn't even really want to be Japan.
No, I wouldn't want to be any sort of ethnic minority in China.
Well, I just wouldn't want to be an immediate neighbor. Like Nepal was was just like, I'm sorry, Nepal, but Buddhism's great, but it's not really good when you're fighting the Chinese army. Right? They're just going to kind of show up and tell you, oh, yeah. Bullshit, get out. And so, that's that.
It's easier to like China when you're not sharing a border with China.
But they've kind of run out of, I mean, where are they go? Where else are they going?
Mongolia?
Well, they're going into the South China Sea and stuff like that.
I mean, their name is
but they're not
in.
going into Russia because they're not going into Mongolia because it's like, who's got their eyes on northern Canada thinking, ooh, we could all live there, right? Nobody wants to live there.
Mongolia of North America.
Well, yeah, the only people that want to live there are people who are like speculating on what it could be like in 150 years. In 150 years, the Northwest Territories is probably going to be a lovely place to live.
Oh yeah, get some beachfront property there now.
Well,
which will be inland somewhere, but eventually
it'll be way inland
beachfront.
because the whole thing is when it all melts. It's for like probably a couple hundred years. It's just going to be a swamp.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be
so many bugs,
delicious,
weird viruses,
methane-filled swamp
falling out of the permafrost.
Yeah, exactly, full of 4 million year old viruses.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so worried about the price of gas. Right, the whole world's coming to an. I mean, the whole world's always coming to an end.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the world.
Yeah, it's just the
world coming to an end. It's just us.
It was weird.
It's just civilization. The world's going to do fine without us.
Yeah, there was a guy at my show on the weekend. It was his birthday, and he was
gross.
He was 43.
Ew.
He looked pretty good.
Terrible age.
But he was like, he looked at me like, "Are you worried that I'm going to make fun of how old you are?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I must be looking okay then." Yeah.
What small town were you in?
I'm in my Burlington. I'm in my 50s, and the guy, who's 43 is worried I'm going to start making fun of him. I'm like, yeah, all right, this smoke more, eat more plan is really working out for me, right? Well, the trick is just cocoa butter right at the end of the meal.
Like you eat some?
Yeah.
All right, just more butter.
A couple more spoons of butter.
I just want to smooth out my face.
And then into the hot tub, right?
Well, that's what the French ladies say. You can either have keep your ass or your face.
Your ass or your face.
Yeah.
Why can't you keep both?
It's like, do you want to have a nice ass? Do you want to have a nice face?
Oh, okay. Is it like a fat intake thing? Oh, okay.
Because butter fills out your face and keeps things.
Oh, plump face, plump ass. Yeah. So yeah, and then if you don't have a plump face, your face kind of caves out as you age.
Yeah, you can be skinny, but then you're going to look older.
Well, that's the thing. That's what a lot of the Hollywood women have done now, and men, is they all get super fit as they get old because they're, it looks better when you get things tightened up. You're all tanned, and look at that, you're really in shape. And it's like, no, it's just your body's incapable of holding fat anymore.
It's very upsetting.
Like John Goodman with the Ozempic I just feel like the wind's going to pick up, and all of a sudden he's just going to flap away.
Ozempic face is not a good face.
It doesn't look healthy. It looks like you've had 12 strokes.
You look like Mitch McConnell.
Exactly. Maybe that's it. Maybe Mitch is just trying to trim down.
Maybe he just went on some Ozempic and then
Poor
he
frozen Mitch
just
McCann.
overdosed on Ozempic.
And so,
Speaking of Ozempic,
yeah, what do you
uh,
got?
because they keep trying to justify everyone using Ozempic, and they're like,
They keep
we've
they
discovered.
keep lowering the price. I keep getting ads for it.
We're at the point where they're like, oh, we think it does this, we think it does this, we think it
Oh
does
yeah,
and all
yeah,
the
yeah.
little things. But the funniest one where
Like
they're like,
SpaceX stock.
oh, we think it reduces violent behavior. I was like, you're just talking about people being hangry. Like that's all it is. It's just that people aren't hangry anymore.
Oh, that makes
And they're
sense.
like, oh, no, it might reduce violent behavior due to impulsive actions. I'm like,
You know
no,
what?
people aren't just mad. They're just not mad.
I would argue that
Dumb.
if the world was less hungry, it would be less violent. I would agree with that assessment on like a macro level.
But that's not the
On
drug.
a micro level, I don't know.
I mean, my dad on road trips is like, you need to feed him
Oh yeah,
on a regular basis, or he'll just get mad.
yeah. I need.
And I don't know why my mother never understood that. I'm like, just stick a granola bar in his mouth and learn to read a map, woman. What's wrong with you?
I'm not good with the maps.
She was always the navigator. We did this trip. My mom, my two older sisters,
Seems like
and
there's
me.
a story here.
Oh God! And we rented an RV.
Strike one.
Tour around South Africa. My mom was the only one that could drive it
Why is that?
because I didn't have a license. My sisters refused. I don't know. It was going to be too expensive to have more than one driver. So my sisters and I were going to like switch off being the navigator.
Okay.
And then Catherine and I quit after
Being-
like half an hour because
for your mom?
she wouldn't listen.
Oh, okay.
We would be like, okay, you want to pull into this right lane? You want to do this? And she's like, this lane? I was like, yeah. I was this exit? I was like, yeah. It's like,
Oh,
you want to
okay.
make it right here? I want to make it right here. Are you sure? I'm like,
Is your
follow
mom
the instructions.
is your mom kind of stupid?
I
I mean, it's not a sin. It's not a sin to be stupid.
She's
Yeah, you don't want to say that she's stupid.
smart. She's not gonna listen to
You
this.
just want to tell a story that kind of frames it that way.
Just was a little stressed driving that behemoth around and refused to listen to instructions. So yeah, so
I will admit,
Catherine and I sat in the back and we forced Susan to sit up in the front. And
I will
we
admit
fight
that-
all day long and have fun.
and I've driven an RV before, and while it's both kind of fun because it's like you feel like I'm driving a big
Yeah.
boat, right? It's but also by the same token, you know that if you make a mistake, it can be tragic, right? Like it's not like driving a car. If you make a
No.
mistake, you're
She found it
You're who?
very stressful. Although it did have
it
to
is
laugh.
because you can't see things around you. The whole thing handles different. You're taking up so much space that you think you're constantly going to be hitting
Wind
something.
is blowing you. We
But I
got a
remember-
flat tire at one point outside some rural place, outside of some like I don't know, national park or something. And my mom's like, "Well, you're going to change it?" I'm like, "Why do you think I know how to change it?"
Yeah.
Why do you? Because I'm the only man here.
Yeah.
18-year-old Ted who weighs 100 pounds. You think I know how to? Then some nice, racist white men came out of the bush in a Jeep and we're like, "Oh, they'll fix this."
They're the
Well,
best. The racist white men.
just rural racist people. They know,
Well, I
they
mean,
know how to work their tools.
I imagine they're pretty helpful when you're a white family who's
Yeah.
stuck on the side of the road.
It would have been very different. We'd been a different
Yeah.
color.
yeah. You
It's
don't
like,
think?
oh, the white people are here.
Oh yeah. If you'd been a
Goodness.
black family stuck on the side of the road in South Africa, it would have been a different ending.
In that part of South Africa, yeah, they would probably wouldn't have stopped.
They just would have left you. They just would have ignored you.
Yeah, they would have been like,
They
"We
wouldn't have
didn't see
done
that."
anything to you. They just would have
Or
ignored.
they
They
would be
would
like, "Do you
specifically
just
help.
call someone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, call
Oh,
someone."
okay. All right, it's just good to know because I mean, those people are probably going to start visiting Canada soon because Trump's letting him into America fast and furious. It's the only refugees that are allowed in. It's the white people that are scared in South Africa.
Everyone should be scared. South Africa's gone nuts. South Africa is very xenophobic now, and South
Oh, yeah?
Africa wants everyone out.
Like all the Dutch people.
They want it's like, oh, you're from you're a refugee from another African country. Get out of here. Like they are
Really?
mad at everyone. They just want everyone out. Everyone just fuck off. Everyone go back to your original country.
Well, I wonder, like, what's the percentage of people who aren't South African who live in South Africa?
A lot.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
Because
pretty
I mean, that's you're going to get that no matter where you are in the world. If like we got it in Toronto, the size of Toronto doubled in 10 years, and everyone in Toronto, I don't think it was race based. I think it became race based just because all of those people showed up from like 4 places, so everyone was talking about those 4 places. Oh, it was Syria, Southern Asia. A lot of Ukrainians came in. So it wasn't like about color or anything. for everyone, it was just like, hey, there's too many fucking people in town all of a sudden.
There's so much competition for rent.
Well, that's, I mean, there's competition for rent, there's competition for jobs, there's especially all the jobs at the bottom of the economy, which most people need 3 or 4 of to afford to be able to live in the fucking city of Toronto, right? Like, I don't know where you live in Toronto if you work at Tim Hortons downtown. Like, if you're working a minimum wage in downtown Toronto, there's no way you live downtown.
No. Well, unless you're in like one room with 20
Oh yeah,
other people.
it was you and 68 refugees who they've forced to work at the fucking donut shop. That's that temporary foreign worker problem. Hey, you want to live in the same conditions you live in Bangladesh? Why don't you come to Canada where it's fucking 60 degrees centigrade colder?
There's no floods,
and
but it's going to be real cold.
And we'll give you a job that pays you a decent amount of money, but you're not allowed to ever quit it because you'll take away your immigration status, so they can kind of treat you like garbage.
Yeah, you're going to learn the phrase livable wage and then wonder why you're not being paid one.
Yeah. It's so, it's nice that we can still do terrible things. Right? Because, so going back to that.
Who never learns anything.
The criminalization of residential schools, that was such a terrible, terrible thing. And now they're doing something stupid.
And yeah, it is. I mean, just educate people about it. Just change the history that's taught in schools to actual history.
I would rather an insistence on kids reading more books, right? You have to read this book. You have no choice. You're going to read this book.
Read it.
Make your own decisions about what the book means. Yeah. But we would like you to read this book rather than criminalizing thought behavior.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to be like, and then we did this horrible thing, and then we did this horrible thing, and then we all feel bad about it. It's like, no, the history of the world is a history of violence and people doing shitty things to each other.
And just the real story is that big systems make big mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? And that will never stop. Big systems make big mistakes because they just commit to it. And then, I mean, that's what I think's the problem with Iran now. Is there's enough people in the world who are making money on this that are kind of, okay, let the fire burn.
Well, that's the most annoying part of this whole thing. It's like, are people just doing this so a couple of assholes can make a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Is that?
I think a lot.
Then you're like, is that every war? That's every war.
I think at the end of the day, that's everything, not just every war.
It's just so a couple of assholes can make a bunch of money.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah. And it's not even like we're getting. I mean, sometimes like you get a benefit to the couple of assholes making some money, right? Like I enjoy cheeseburgers. Right, and fast food and whatnot. A couple of assholes making a whole pile of money, but I get a benefit out of that, right?
A delicious cheeseburger,
hot and fresh, right through the window of my car.
Yeah,
right? Delicious.
Yeah, I don't want the fun thing I get out of a war to just be like a war memorial.
Or 80% higher gas.
Yeah, that
is not bueno in a job where, I mean, Oh yeah, being a stand-up comedian is you're in usually a pretty constant state of long distance driving, and it's my expenses doubled.
Yeah,
and my income didn't.
No, I mean every now and then they'll be like, "Oh, gas is expensive, so we're gonna throw you a little extra gas money." It was like, "Well, you didn't throw me enough money to actually cover the gas."
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, we're still undercutting you, but
well, that's, I mean, the nature of the business is always somebody smiling at you while they kind of
punch you in the balls,
not give you the thing they promised you.
Truth.
There's a lot of that going on in our little
no world. Justice, no peace.
And speaking of no justice and no peace, we had shootings.
In
Toronto,
which is exciting.
A little seasonal, anyway. They seem to be pretty seasonal. Summertime.
My favorite thing about Toronto shootings is when everyone immediately is like, well, if it wasn't for America sending all their guns up here, like we immediately we're like, it wasn't our fault.
We do have a tendency to blame the Americans for people getting shot on our streets.
It's true.
Now it is true. 95% likelihood the gun came from the United States.
But that's not who America didn't fire it at you.
Yeah, it was bought by a Canadian, and then a Canadian guy loaded it up and headed down to the Latin festival. And some people just don't like salsa music.
Salsa.
Apparently, it triggered a bunch of other shootings. So my guess is that this is.
Gang thing. Then how lame
My
are you?
guess
That you're
is that's what it
Canadian
is.
gang.
Well, how lame is it that you're taking your beef to the fucking Latin Fest?
Yeah.
Keep your beef to wherever your beef belongs, right? You got beef? Head on down to the Calgary Stampede and punch each other in the face all afternoon. The Calgary Stampede is an appropriate place for shots to be fired.
Press beef. All right.
Well, and to be shots to be fired. I figure of all the public events in our country, that the Calgary Stampede is where you would most likely expect to see certainly handguns,
Has there ever been
revolvers, cowboys. Has there ever been a shooting at the? I imagine. I mean, every year they probably have to kill about 60 horses that broke their leg. I mean, they're all running around in dirt and mud.
Yeah, we're still not good with broken horse legs. We still haven't figured out the technology of fixing.
I'm sure they know how to fix the broken horse leg, but they also know how to run the numbers. How much for the bionic suit for the soldier? How much for a new soldier? Oh, okay. So we'll just sign up another guy.
The nice thing about working on horses when I had to work on horses was that most of the ones we were working on had insurance. So the owners would pay.
Well, I imagine if a vet is working on a horse, the people both have money or the horse has insurance.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just kill the horse.
Yeah. No, these were some top-notch horses. These were.
Because
we had famous horses.
Everybody needs glue. Or a hoof lamp, right? A hoof lamp. Have you ever seen one of them hoof lamps?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I did a Canadian comedy short, and there was I think it was a deer leg hoof lamp, because I unfortunately, they were like, we were thinking about this, and I was like, okay. And I went along with someone else's ideas, and I'll never do it again. I'm like, this is dumb. I was like, I should have had more input. Yeah. It's too late.
Although I will say, I have seen the antler chandelier. Have you ever seen the antler chandelier?
I stayed in a room with an antler chandelier.
Those are gorgeous. Those are nice. But you don't actually have to kill the animal to get it.
They just fall off.
You just got to follow them around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got to
startle them.
Just startle them.
Yeah. When they start to look loose, just make a sudden noise, and they're like, oh, God.
I'm like that, too. You sneak up on me, I'll drop it. I'll drop an antler. I'll drop an antler.
Are we talking about pooping in the ocean again? Is that what you mean?
Sure.
Dropped a huge antler in the ocean.
Float a loaf. You ever float a loaf? I think that would be the proper phraseology. Yeah. Yeah, because you drop a log, float a loaf.
Yeah.
Right.
You're dropping wolf bait and there's chicks outside.
Weird phrases. All right. Well, I think that's it for us.
That's it.
This is like our fourth attempt. We're gonna listen to it back, and you know what? If there's a buzz on it, fuck it. I'm gonna upload it anyway.
Yeah. Well, now is the time to talk about this little beehive that you can't see behind the scenes. We've been experimenting with internal beehives, apartment bees.
So I'm Chuck, and
I'm not.
Exactly. And you can find me at Chuck B. Jokes, and you can find him at Dr. Ted Morris, and you can find the podcast at Preparing to Podcast. And I guess we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.